Welcome back, my beauty squad. If you're new, it's your girl Jessica. So in today's video, I just want to do a quick rundown on the brand, none other than Charlotte Tilbury, and give y'all my 411 on a full face. I did record a video of me doing a full of the eyeshadow and my honest review, but at the same time I kind of don't want to post it because it's so long. So I'm just going to do a quick rundown, go over the products that are on my face, what I feel about the products, and the price tags, of course, and make it a little bit shorter and sweet, and just go over the things I have on. And if you would like to see my eye look, let me know and I can recreate it for you, or I will leave the video in my archives and I can always fast forward it, take the voice out, and show y'all how I did my eye. I might put it up in the video. I'll cut it down. I'll go in and cut it down and then put up my eye look up here. So if y'all are interested in seeing what I think about this brand and is it worth the pay, stay tuned. And as always, like I always say, if you're new to the beauty community, make sure you hit that subscribe word, turn that bell on. It's free for you and it helps your girl out so much. So I did film that and I was going to post that as this video, but it became to be a really long video, so I'm going to try to chop it up, cut out all the rest, and just put up the eye look up here. So hopefully that's running right there right now. I do want to sit down and chit chat with y'all for a second. Speed things up and give y'all my honest raw review of Charlotte Tilbury and her products. I do technically have just about a full face of Charlotte Tilbury on right now. Sitting here looking at everything, I like it. Could I do this with an affordable brand? I'm pretty sure. There's nothing magical going on here to where I would say this is a must-have if you like Charlotte Tilbury. By all means, there are some products that I do have on my face that I'm absolutely in love with, and all the rest are okay. Not a big wow, not nothing that I would say you have to have for your collection. Me, myself, I like doing this, and I do take the bullet for y'all because I do not mind going out and buying new brands or getting new brands constantly so I can review them for y'all and save y'all a couple of dollars or find y'all some holy grails. With that being said, let's start with the foundation because the primer and all, let's see, I did use the primer. Let me find her because I put her up. Because like I said, I won't want to go in depth of the products. I just was going to do an eye look and give y'all a rundown, but that video is like super long. So with my primer, I went in with, this is the Wonder Glow Instant Soft Focus Beauty Glow Primer. I only have a sample size of her. This is 7 milliliters. I'll probably use at least like that much. And I mix my primers, so don't shoot me. I don't have just that primer on, so I can't tell you, oh yeah, that's like the best primer ever. I did go over with my no pore problem. As you can tell, like, that bad boy's about empty. I love that primer, and I think it's just a good combination because any hydrating primer or like water-based primer, I like to go in with that over because I have a lot of texture right here, and my texture is showing hella today. So that doesn't help this foundation, which it could be my primer. So don't get me wrong. I'm not going to knock it until I try it again with a different primer. I do have to go over like heavily with my primer for right here. But this is a good foundation. Is it a full coverage. Not in my... I don't see full coverage. It does consider to be full coverage. It says Airbrush Flawless Foundation. And on the box, this states, a full coverage foundation with flawless, matte, long-lasting finish. Applicate your Airbrush Flawless Foundation. Blend outwards from the center of your face for a flawless airbrush finish. I have some redness peeking through right there. As you can see, all my texture. All the ugly little things right there. I do have a lot of creasing right here. But those are my small lines. Like, they're not going nowhere, even if I tried. It looks good around my nose. I usually have problems around my nose with some foundations that gather up right there. And my chin looks pretty decent. Those are more or less here, here, and here are my biggest problem areas in my face with foundations. So I would rank this maybe like a 6. Like, it's not the worst, but it's not the best. And for the price tag, it brings it down even more. Because if it was a little bit more affordable, I would rank it around a 8. But being it's so expensive, I rank it at a 6. Now, mind you, I did try this one time on my live, and I liked it a lot better on my live than I do today. And I think it's the primer. I honestly do. So I will retry this with a different primer. But I got the pump to work. So if y'all joined me for my live and y'all saw the struggle I was in, it works now. I did get the shade 3 Neutral. This does last 18 months, which is awesome. I love it when it's a little bit over a year. It gives you a little bit more leeway. Now, I have the concealer, which is technically called like the Magic Erase or something like that. I can't technically remember. And I don't have the box. I threw away the box already. But this is what it looks like. If you've ever seen her pressed powders or her bronzers or anything, they're usually in this kind of packaging, but just like bigger. So it looks like this. And it's a liquid. And you just supposed to put your ring finger in there and then pat out. Which I think it works really well. I don't have a lot of trouble areas around my eyes yet. Mind you, I do have a newborn baby, so I'm pretty sure I'll have a couple of days that I have really dark circles. And I will be interested in trying this and seeing if it actually erases everything. But this, I would rank probably a 9. I like how compact it is. It doesn't look like it have a lot of product in it. It has 2.5 grams, 0.08 ounces. So there's not a lot in there. But again, you don't use a lot. So you get what I'm saying? Little love-hate relationship with that. Very compact, very easy to travel. Really small. I like that part. So about a 8, 9. Then, this bad boy right here. This is her setting powder. Well, this is the Magic Powder. Charlotte's Genius Magic Powder Under Eye and Face. It's supposed to help you soft focus. It's supposed to kind of blur out your imperfections, your pores and stuff like that. Now, this powder works good. I love the little shifter in here. You do get a little shifter. This, if I'm not mistaken, I think it comes in different colors. Yeah. I don't close my shifter, so that's why I have a hot mess. But basically, you just You know, take a brush, apply it where you need to. The one thing I don't like, and I'm making a face because it has a grandma fit to it. Because I don't want to offend nobody. Nobody is technically old. And what I mean by that is, I mean like my grandma. My grandma was a older lady that was uppity. Like they were pretty well off. She always dressed really nice. Always smelled really nice. Always drove you know, like the nicest cars and stuff. And it reminds me kind of like that. Like going in and going to belts and stuff like that. Like, you know, the inside of belts, how it has that nice little fragrance. But the one thing I don't like that like right on my face. I can bear it just because I'm going to get through this powder because it's not cheap. But it's not in my top 5 either. Just because of that scent. And I know a lot of people really prefer not to have the scent at all when it comes to products they put on their face, especially like powders, because it's so everywhere. And once you kind of start putting it down, it flies everywhere and get up in your nose and stuff like that. So if you have allergies, this might aggravate it a little bit. I do have the sniffles. I always have the sniffles after I do my makeup though. It's just my face. So I give this, I would rate this around a 5, maybe a 6. Because I do have a lot more. Well, I have Laura Mercier, Hourglass. This reminds me of, Believe Beauty has a really good powder, but Believe Beauty doesn't have the smell. Oh, what is that? The Air, the one you can get at Walmart that's yellow. Kind of reminds me of that. That's it. If y'all know what I'm saying. I thought I had that. I do somewhere. I might have given it to Jasmine because I didn't really care for the scent either. Now, this right here is Lily Posh. Just because I forgot I had a highlighter from her. This is Lily Posh and Luna, but these are the swatches of the highlighter. It is gorgeous, guys. Like, it's a very subtle highlighter. This is original bar of gold, rose gold, and gold button. So original rose gold and gold button, very pretty. I'll swatch them on my fingers again. See that shift? And it gives you a nice little shimmery, not a glitter highlighter. Let me show y'all. As y'all can see the shift. Very, I mean, it's really pretty. It don't really have glitter in it. And I like that because whenever you have texture skin, you don't want a lot of glitter around your texture because it emphasizes it. So a shimmer is a lot prettier than a glitter on some areas in your face. So keep that in mind if you have a lot of texture. See how it kind of reflects my texture. On the eyeballs. So this, I give it a 9. This is a badass highlighter. It's not a bing, boom, boom, Jeffree Star highlighter. Keep that in mind. This is not a in-your-face highlighter. But this is a very gorgeous, subtle day highlighter. If y'all get my drift. On my eyeballs, I have the Bejeweled to Hypnotize. Bejeweled Eyes to Hypnotize. This is a freaking gorgeous palette. The packaging is what got me. Like, dead ass, the packaging. There was not really any shades that wowed me on the site itself. Now, in person, it's a lot prettier than on site. So, on camera, you know, these typically look dull. But if you get this in person, this purple right here, this row is gorgeous. These are gorgeous. Like, there are so many shades in this that it's just so beautiful. And, hold on. I'll show you. Because I didn't even swatch it earlier. Look at those. And when I think about Charlotte Tilbury, I think of a day. Look at that shift. I think of more of a day look, like going to work, going to a wedding, you know, something like that. Because they are more subtle. They're not colorful looks. And most of her palettes are very subtle. Very beautiful, especially for the fall, for the winter, what have you. There are the swatches. Look how pretty. Like, that purple is gorgeous. And this shade right here is gorgeous. Well, all four of them are pretty, but you know what I mean. On my eyes, I used, oh yeah, and another pointer, if you're new at makeup, which typically if you're new at makeup, you're not going to want to spend $75 on a palette, but, y'all, look at this packaging. Look at that packaging. Whew, gorgeous. With these right here, you get a 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So basically, you get 4 palettes in one. You got a little look here, a look here, a look here, and a look here. So if you break this down, you kind of have 4 in 1 palette. Y'all get my Swift. Sorry if y'all reflecting. I didn't go by the rules. Most of y'all know I wouldn't have anyways. I went in with this as my transition. This to deepen up the outer. I laid this one on my lid and did not like how dark it was. So I went in with this color right here on top. And then I popped this shade in my inner corner. And I switched it up and put a little bit of that highlighter. The original Gold Bar highlighter. I popped it on my inner corner and brow bone. But I love how the look came out. I did cut my crease with concealer, as you can tell. Very gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous palette. Can you dupe this? Yes, I'm pretty sure you can. Is it the best formula ever? No. It's not even a wow. You know what I mean? Like, it's an okay formula. Don't get me wrong. It is a good formula. But the price tag is out there, y'all. Like, you want me to spend $75 on something, on an eyeshadow palette, like, it better be wow. And don't get me wrong. It blended out really easy. I did go over it with the transition shade just to blend everything out and put down here. I didn't really have no issues with that. The shimmers are gorgeous. I didn't even wet my brush. So I would give this palette 8.5, a 9. Like, it's a good palette. It's just kind of the price tag is what's making me say, you know what I mean? So if you can catch it on sale, by all means, grab it up. Would I pay full price? Probably not. Look at my dang on highlighted nose. Woohoo! Looks like a runaway. Tells y'all the highlighter is pretty. Okay, so we gotta hurry up and get through this. On my eyeballs, I have the Charlotte Tilbury mascara. Again, another sample size. Your girl don't have a lot of Charlotte Tilbury. This is kind of like a brown black. It doesn't, yeah, this is a brown. This is most definitely brown. It's not the blackest black. If it has a little bit of black. I like the applicator. I like what it did to my baby lashes because your girl ain't got no lashes. None whatsoever. So for it to pull this much up, it did good. Now for my lips, I use the Charlotte Tilbury Combo Pillow Talk. And I've come to realize that Pillow Talk is like the line of her things, but it ain't typically the color because I have two Pillow Talks. And this one is a different shade from other Pillow Talk. So you have this shade right here, which is very beautiful. That's what I have on my lips right now. I do have to say, I give this a 12. If there's anything I highly recommend out of this whole face, is her lipsticks. The formula is amazing, like amazing. And that's the other Pillow Talk. Well, no, it's about the same color, huh? It's just two different formulas. This is kind of like a dry bullet, and that's a little bit more moist. So yeah, about the same. I only have a baby of this. Best believe I will be getting a big bullet of it sooner or later, because I absolutely love that shade. I love how it feels on my lips. I love how it applies. I love how long lasting it is. This is the Pillow Talk liner. Like the perfect nude liner with a pink undertone, as you would say. Oh, Felicity is getting mad at mommy. Mommy over here being loud, I guess. But yeah, there's my swatches. But yeah, highly recommend the Pillow Talk collection. If you can go grab up one of her bullet lipsticks, try them out. Try them out. Like, that's all I can say. Try them out. Period. But I'm highly impressed with her products. Don't get me wrong, I'm not bashing Charlotte Tilbury. I just think for the price tag, there are so many other brands that you could probably dupe stuff for. And it's just, again, I would have to try this foundation out again. It wasn't my favorite by no means. You can see my texture. And usually when I go in with my Huda Beauty stick or my NARS foundation, even with a gleaming highlighter like this, you don't see that much texture. So that's kind of where it got me weird with the foundation. But I do like the brand. I will be purchasing more from the brand, of course. If it's something you like, I love the aesthetic from it. Like, it's a very classy line. Like, very classy. I just think about weddings and at the office and stuff like that with her makeup. It's nothing like boom in your face. She knows what she's going for and she's going for it, you know. Like the business lady type ordeal. But with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and cut this off because I've been on super, super long. I love y'all. Thank y'all for watching. Let me know down below if you've used any of Charlotte Tilbury's and what are your favorites. Or do you just don't care for the brand at all? Because I do know that the price tag does shy away quite a few people. But until the next video.